Generations. Much can be learned from past generations. For past generations write history. They become history. The past may have already been written, but the future awaits a new generation.
Hello, let me introduce you to the characters in the show. One says yes, one says no. Decide which voice in your head you can keep alive. Even in madness, I know you still believe. Paint me on canvas so I become what you could never be.
Okay, here's a trivia question for the wrestling fans. Who has poor moves, a stupid gimmick, sucks at promos, and is yet loved by the fans and the creative team? You may think I'm describing John Cena, but no, I'm describing someone else, and there's no reason to build up suspense because you've already read the title of the video. Yes, there is one wrestler I cannot stand: Roman Reigns. Now, I have 7 really good reasons why Roman Reigns is the worst person on the roster today. First, let's start with his gimmick. What is he supposed to be? I mean, from what I see, he's just just a Samoan man with long hair who dresses in Kevlar gear. I mean, at least John Cena's a Marine rap. I mean, John Cena, he's a Marine rapper. Cesaro is an immigrant from Switzerland. Bray Wyatt is a homicidal cult leader. The Undertaker is a dead man. The Undertaker is a zombie. I don't know what the Undertaker's gimmick is other than being the dead man. Daniel Bryan. Actually, he doesn't have a gimmick. Daniel Bryan has a gimmick. He's a goat face. Let's see. I mean, Roman Reigns does not have a gimmick. No gimmick at all. He does not have a personality. He's just a quiet, he's just a tall, quiet guy who can't wrestle. Speaking of that, he cannot wrestle. That's the second thing. He has no moves. He has no good moves at all. I mean, he's this generation's Hulk Hogan. Because as you know, Hulk Hogan had a leg drop and a big boot. Reverse that. All Roman Reigns has is a Superman punch and a spear. And that stupid little drop kick thing he does. And yet, he has no moves. He has no special moves. I mean, Cesaro has the neutralizer, the Cesaro swing, and is definitely one of the strongest guys in the locker room. Yeah, he doesn't get a world title shot. Bray Wyatt has one of the best gimmicks, but he doesn't get a title shot. Why? What has Roman Reigns done that's so special? You know what? I think I know why he's so special, but I'm going to cover that at the end of the video. His moveset. Now, he came in with the Shield, and the Shield pretty much just dominated all the older guys. Which is okay, because you can't teach old dogs new tricks, and they're old. So, but the Shield has broken up. Now Rollins has some pretty good athletic moves. Dean Ambrose, he's got a good gimmick. He's crazy. He's a lunatic. Roman Reigns, barely any moves, no gimmick, and he's the only one who gets any spotlight out of all three of them. I mean, he's beaten Randy Orton. He's beaten Randy Orton in singles competition. I mean, why? What has he done? He has not paid his dues. In my opinion, before any young guy can start just to dominate, they have to at least go through NXT, which I don't even think he went through NXT, or be a jobber for a couple months. I mean, Daniel Bryan won the United States champion. He was still a jobber. I mean, he jobbed to Sheamus. He jobbed to Sheamus a couple times. Next, this guy does not know how to sell any move at all. I mean, this guy cannot sell moves. If he does, he's doing a real crappy job of it. Of course, WWE loves Roman Reigns, and they're not going to have him get into any moves. So, yeah. Promos. Good God, this guy cannot cut a promo to save his life. This guy is just boring on the microphone. Actually, all three members of this Shield were boring on the mic. They all suck on the microphone, at least. Now, here's another hint that he's destined for greatness. He's been in the company for barely a year. It's a little over a year now. And he's already beaten Kane's Royal Rumble record. I think 2 years, because he's been on WrestleMania 29 too. He's beaten Kane's Royal Rumble record, which was a record that was first held by the One Man Gang in 88 with 6, Hulk Hogan in 89 with 9, Stone Cold Steve Austin in 97 with 10, and Kane in 2001 with 11. Now these guys were some of the best people in the company. They got the biggest pops. I hate Roman Reigns. I mean, Hulk Hogan, his moveset sucked, but he still had the Real American gimmick. Stone Cold Steve Austin had a great gimmick, and he still had some good moves. He was one of the best brawlers they ever had. This guy. And Kane was a 7-foot-tall monster with no emotions. So, next reason. He's overrated. Now, most of the stuff I said about Kane's record can be summed up here. But he's overrated. I mean, they give him matches against main event talent in main event matches. Like the main event on Raw was him against Randy Orton. He's just overrated. Now, here's the biggest reason I think why Roman Reigns is pushed. I mean, think about it. Cesaro was supposed to be the next world champion. At the beginning of the year, it was estimated that Cesaro would be the next champion. I mean, Cesaro, he was in the Elimination Chamber. I mean, that's the closest he came to a main event match. Well, he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal by eliminating the Big Show. And he hasn't got his title reign yet. My prediction is that Roman Reigns is going to win the Rumble and beat Brock Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania. Which would suck because Roman Reigns is a horrible wrestler. He's got no moves. Well, Cesaro has a lot of good moves. Now, here's the biggest reason why I think Roman Reigns is so... My WWE loves Roman Reigns. He's The Rock's cousin. Yes, that's the biggest reason why I think Roman Reigns is as popular as he is now. Because he's related to The Rock. I love The Rock. I used to love The Rock when I was a kid. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. But look, They're trying to get another Rock out of him. I mean, The Rock was confident. He was arrogant. He had the people's eye. The people's eyebrow. Huh? In closing, Roman Reigns is the most overrated wrestler in the show. Is the most overrated of the new guys. Thank you. I mean, Bray Wyatt has a spider walk. I mean, how can you top that? Roman Reigns certainly can't, but they sure love Roman. I mean, look at Bray Wyatt. He hasn't come close at all to getting a title shot. I mean, he had a feud with Daniel Bryan and John Cena and Chris Jericho. Those last two feuds, John Cena and Jericho, were horrible. I mean, they pretty much just killed any momentum Bray Wyatt had. Yeah!